Good morning, students. On behalf of Dr.A.Q School System Guwahati, I welcome you to this video lecture. In this video, we will be discussing subject mathematics of grade 7. And today we are going to start unit number 3, decimal numbers, exercise 3, and we will be solving question number 1, 2, and 3. Before getting into the exercise, this chapter is about decimal numbers. Now, first of all, what are decimals? Decimals are fractions which have denominators with powers of 10. Now decimals are actually fractions in which the denominator is either 10, 100, 1000 or any power of 10. For example, we have a fraction 1 by 2. Now this 2 can be changed into power of 10. How can we do that? If I multiply 2 with 5, I will also have to multiply this numerator 1 with 5. So in other words, if I multiply and divide 1 by 2 with 5, this becomes 1 multiply 5, 5, 2 multiply 5, 10. Now this is a fraction, and in this fraction this denominator is 10. Alright, so this 5 by 10 is a decimal, and this decimal can also be written in this form. Alright, if I divide 5 by 10, or in other words, I can simply write this 5 by 10 as 0.5. Why is that? Because in the place of 1 I can write a decimal point, and then after 1 there is only one zero. Alright, so in the numerator there should be one digit after the decimal point. So 0.5 is the answer. In other words, 5 by 10 can simply be written as 0.5. Now coming to 1 by 4, 1 by 4. Now this 4 can be changed into a number which is a multiple of 10. Alright, for example, if I multiply and divide 25, so 25 ones are 25, 25 fours are 100. Now this 100 is a multiple of 10 because 10 tens are 100. Now this 25 by 100, this is a decimal. Alright, this decimal can also be written in this form. So 25 by 100 means 0.25. Now this method is also valid, but the simplest method is by carrying out division. If we carry out division, for example 1 by 2, 1 is our dividend, so we will write 1 inside, and 2 is divisor, we will write 2 outside. So now you can see that this 1 is smaller than 2. Alright, so we will have to put a decimal point over here and 0 over here. Now in the next step we will multiply 2 with 5, so we get the answer 10. So the answer is 0.5. In other words, 1 by 2 is equal to 0.5. Now the 0.5 is also a decimal number. Now coming to the exercise 3, the first one is 12 by 24 is expressed in the decimal form as. Now we need to express this 12 by 24 in the decimal form. How can we do that? It's quite simple. We will follow the method of division. 12 is numerator, we should write this inside, and 24 is a denominator, we will write this outside. So this 24 is divisor and 12 is a dividend. So what do we do? This 12 is smaller than 24, so we will put a point over here and 1 0 over here. So if I multiply 24 with 5, I get 120. So this is it. This 0.5 is the answer. So I will write 0.5. So 12 by 24 in decimal form is 0.5. In other words, whenever you have been given any fraction and you have been asked to expressed as fraction in decimal form, you just need to divide that fraction. Now the second one, the decimal equivalent of 23% is. Now this is 23%. Now you have studied earlier that percent means 1 by 100. Alright. So now we have been given this 23%. So 23% means 23 by 100. Now this is 23 by 100. Now 23 by 100 in decimal point will be, in decimal this will be equal to 0.23. The simplest method for this is, whenever you see in the denominator 10, 100 or 1000 or so on, what you need to do, you just need to count the number of zeros. How many zeros are there? 1, 2. There are 2 zeros in the denominator. So in the numerator you will put a point to the left of 2 digits. There are 2 zeros. Start from this right hand side, 1, 2. So after the 2 digits from the right hand side, you will put a point. So point should be over here. So this 0.23 is your answer. You need to write 0.23. Next one, the percentage equivalent of 0.4 is. Now we need to change this 0.4 into the percentage. Now for changing any number or decimal into percentage, we just simply need to multiply that number or decimal with 100%. So if I multiply 0.4 with 100, I will get the answer 40. You can multiply 0.4 with 100, you will get the answer 40%. So you will write 40%. Next one, the number 2.19 is expressed as the fraction. 2.9 should be, we should write this 2.19 in the form of a fraction. So how can we do that? Whenever you have been given any decimal number, you just need to first of all draw a line over here, and then in the place of this decimal you should write below 1, and after this decimal point there are 2 digits, so you should write 2 zeros in the denominator. So the answer is 219 by 100. Now the last one, 4.5555 is a dash decimal. Now in a decimal number, after the decimal point, if same number is repeated, then this kind of decimal number is called recurring decimal. R E C U R R I N G. So you should write recurring in this blank. Now coming to the question number 2, state whether the following are true or false. First one is 0.5 is equal to 50 by 100. Now if I divide 50 by 100, I get the answer 0.5. So the first one is true. Second one, 137 divided by 10 is equal to 1.37. This is false, because when I divide 137 by 10, I do not get 1.37. Instead I get 13.7. So this is false. 345% is equal to 3.45. Now this one is actually true. Why this is true? Because 345% means 345 divided by 100. Now 345 divided by 100 in decimal is equal to 3.45. Right? So this one is true. For 3 by 17 gives a terminating decimal. Now how to decide which fraction is terminating decimal or not. It's quite simple. You just need to divide the fraction. If I divide the fraction, for example 3 and 17, so what do? I need to put a point over here and 0 over here. So 17 ones are 17, and then 30 minus 17, this is equal to 13. Now 13 is again smaller than 17, so I will put another 0 over here. 17 multiply 7 is 119, and when I subtract 119 from 130, I get 11. I will have to put another 0 over here, and this will go on. Ultimately I will get the answer 0.17647, and so on. This will go on. You can also check this result with help of calculator. So this is now terminating after decimal point. This decimal number is going on, so this is not terminating. If it was terminating, it would have terminated after 1 or 2 decimal place. So this is false. Last one, 23.69 is rounded off to the nearest whole number as 24. This one is true. In the previous classes you have already learned rounding off, how to round off any number. This is 23.69. If we round off this to nearest whole number, this will be actually what? Now 23 is a whole number, right? After 23 there is a point and then 69. So we are actually rounding off to this number, which is 3. Alright, so after this 3, the next number is 6. So we need to circle this 6. Now look at the number which is underlined. This is 3. And look at the number which is encircled, which is 6. Now the number which is encircled, this is more than 5. If the encircled number is 5 or more than 5, you just need to add 1 in the underlined number. In this case this is 6, which is more than 5, so we will add 1 in this 3, so this will become 4. So the answer will be 24, and that's it. This is the answer, and this is true. Now question number 3, match each rational number in the left column with its correct decimal representation in the right hand column. Now for this question you can either use calculator or you can simply divide them manually with your hand. 2 by 3. Now 2 by 3 is equal to what? You just simply need to divide 2 by 3. If you divide 2 by 3, you get 0.66666. So you need to match this 2 by 3 with this one, C. Alright. Now second one, 131 divided by 200. 131 divided by 200. When you divide 131 by 200, you get 0.655. So you need to match this with this one. Now third one, 1 by 6. Now if you divide 1 by 6, you get the answer 0.1666. So you need to match this with D. And obviously the last one, you need to match this with B. So this is the end of this video. If there is any question, you can ask me. Until then, take care of yourselves. Allah Hafiz.